episode of the Disability Show live. This week, coming to you from my condo at Sunday River. All right, this week, I want to talk about pool tips. Now, at the moment, Florida is in the 80s, totally unlike last month. But it's more likely that non locals are going to be the only ones in the resort pools. Now, all the Disney resorts have at least two pools. There's the big family pool, which at most resorts has the water slides, except for like the value resorts. And the big family pools are also where they have like guest games and interactive stuff. And then there's the quiet pool, which is smaller and a good place to get away, especially if you have someone in your family who has sensory and noise issues. But no matter what, the pools are a great place to unwind in between time in the parks. So anyway, that's my tip. As always, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the chat if you're watching this live, or in the comments if you're watching this later, and I'll make sure it gets to a future episode. And now it's time for this week's Top 5. So, the rides can be exciting during the day, but at night, some rides feel even more amazing. So this week, we are going to cover my top 5 rides to do at night. Number 5, the Jungle Cruise. So, sure, so at night, it feels like you are actually riding through the jungle because during the day you can see what's around the next corner, but at night it doesn't feel like that. And I can attest this because we have done a couple night rides of the Jungle Cruise in the past. The videos are on the are down on the channel. Like one where I get roasted for being from Maine, but but still, it's fun to do at night. All right, number 4, Kilimanjaro Safari. Now, we've done dusk rides of Kilimanjaro in the past. And when I mean dusk, I mean like when the sun's about to set. And I think that it's beautiful when you ride through the savannah as the sun's about to set and before all the animals are sent to their little, I don't want to say cages, but you know. But still, it's very breathtaking. Number 3, the monorail. Now, I know it's not necessarily a ride, but it's still fun to ride at night. Especially if you're doing one of those pub crawls or through the resorts, or what we did last year, a dinner crawl, where we get an appetizer at one resort, main course at the next resort, and dessert at the next resort. Number 2, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Now, this is another great ride to do at night, especially when you're coming out of the dwarves' mine and it's totally dark out. It's like it's great. It's a fun thing to do, and even when the sun sets. And my number one ride to do at night, the People Mover. Now, of course, the People Mover is a great ride to do both at day and at night, but we've done it at night we were when we did Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and it was great. And I've seen videos from some of my fellow vloggers that they have ridden the People Mover while the fireworks are going off. And that is very cool, too. I have not done that before, but, but I think it's still awesome. So anyway, let me know in the chat or in the comments what your favorite ride is to do at night. And now it is time for Diz or Dat. Now, on both coasts, soaring around the world is pretty much the same ride most of the year. At Disneyland, it ends with Sleeping Beauty Castle, and during their Food and Wine Festival, which starts next month, it's converted back to the original ride, so hopefully we'll be able to ride the original ride. And at Epcot, it ends with Spaceship Earth, and it's pretty much the same year-round, except when they converted it back to the original ride during Disney 100. But sometimes I wish they would convert it back more often than just during that one occasion. So anyway, let me know in the chat or in the comments which version of Soarin' you prefer. Diz, the Disneyland version, or Dat, the Walt Disney World version. And now it's trivia time. Alright, last week we asked who Goofy's son is. I forgot his name, but someone in the chat last week answered with Max. Congrats if you know the answer at home. And now here is this week's trivia time question. What was the name of the circus in Dumbo? Alright, be the first one in the chat or in the comments with the correct answer, and you will receive 100 cool points. Now, so Disney has announced the closing date for my least favorite show at the parks. It's Tough to Be a Bug at Animal Kingdom will be closing on March 17th, which I'm happy to say, good stinking riddance. Because I have not a fan of this show. Especially the part at the end where the seats get all bumpy with all the bugs leaving. Not cool. But I am hopefully looking forward to the new Zootopia show that will be replacing Tough to Be a Bug. I have seen some behind-the-scenes stuff. I have seen Jennifer Goodwin, you know, the voice of Judy Hopps, and of course Snow White, and on Once Upon a Time. I've been streaming that on Disney Plus. It's a good show. And I am hoping that this show is good. I really am. Fingers crossed. But anything is better than Tough to Be a Bug. So, anyway, that's our show. As I said, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the chat if you're watching this live or in the comments if you're watching this later, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. For this week's shout outs, make sure you guys check out Anthony the Molar Man. I'm sure he'll be doing another season of Disney Match Game very soon. Definitely check him out. Also, make sure you guys check out Samantha Lowe. She's been doing live streams of some of the Disney on Broadway concerts at Epcot. Check those out. Also, make sure you guys check out Fresh Baked for all things Disneyland. Also, make sure you guys check out my friend Tamia over at Tamia Smiles. She does great content on her YouTube and her Instagram. Definitely check her out as well. If you've not subscribed here yet to the Big John Network, what in the Walt Disney World are you waiting for? And ding the bell for notifications so you never miss a second of the fun. And until next time, Kwaherini.